Hey Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is Tina with 85th House Vibrations, and this is your general monthly reading for February 2019. I hope everybody's doing well today. I want to say happy Black History Month, happy Valentine's Day, happy Groundhog's Day, all of that good stuff. If I hadn't said already, this is a general reading. It won't resonate with everybody. And I want to say real quick, I think some of you Virgos are dealing with somebody who, I think this is somebody that you have learned like an unconditional love with, but it's like it's all love, but it's all hurt and pain at the same time. I feel like you could be dealing with somebody that there's this unhealthy, I think you are both codependent on one another. You both do things for each other that kind of cripples the other person and keeps them from taking care of business in a way that they need to. And like I said, this is not a one-way situation. Neither of you are really helping each other as much as you think you are. So let's go ahead and talk about a little bit about what's going on in the sky. We have Mars squaring Pluto happening sometime this evening, a little later tonight. But, that energy is definitely already felt. When I say it's happening a little later tonight, that means it becomes exact where both those planets square each other at an exact 90-degree angle. So, with this Mars-Pluto situation, it gets really intense. This is not a lightweight energy. Things can get very, very serious. Virgo, I was talking about earlier about this whole situation, this almost love-hate situation is what I see. And I think Mars squaring Pluto is a perfect example of that type of relationship. Virgo, I just get this idea that there's somebody amongst you who feels like they're dealing with a person who's not who they used to be. And I feel like that person feels like that the other person could be draining them, holding them back in a sense. So, we've got a full moon happening in your sign on the 19th. And that full moon should shed a lot of light on what is going on emotionally, especially when it comes to your very close relationships, things that are going on in the home. Because the moon represents home life, it represents the mother. So there could be some stuff going on, especially on the maternal side of the family. I see some conflict, maybe some uneasy energy where the feminine is concerned. So yeah, that full moon in your sign may shed some light on what those situations could be about. We have a new moon that happens in Aquarius prior to the full moon in your sign, and that happens on the 4th at 15 degrees of Aquarius. So new moon is still pretty dark. It's the moon. It rules the same things I talked about with the full moon. The difference is, things are still kind of dark, and I feel like there's a stirring in the subconscious, but you don't know all there is to know yet. You come into these knowings as the moon goes through its phases and moves out of the balsamic phase into the full moon phase. And as we know, with that, the moon gets bigger and bigger and brighter, and therefore you can see more. Um, on the 6th of February, Uranus moves to the 29th degree of Aries. It's the anaretic degree, the critical degree. And that is also cause for tension and volatility, and unexpected things happen. But this could be great passion. It could be revolutionary. It all depends on how you channel these energies. So as we move out of the Mars square Pluto energy, we move right into, within the next few days, that Mars at the 29th degree of Aries. And then Mars will conjunct Uranus at the 29th degree of Aries on the 12th. So Uranus is already at that critical degree, and it's already knocking it out of the park. So now we have Mars, the planet of passion and desire, or fight, or movement. It's aggression and agitation. It's hot, fiery, all of those things that merge with now it being in this conjunction with Uranus. It's volatile energy, but it can be really, really beneficial and good, and it can propel you into a whole different stratosphere if you channel the energy directly. On Valentine's Day, February 14th, Mars, that planet of passion and desire and fight energy, moves into the slow, sensual sign of Taurus. And some of us can feel a little discouraged because the energy slows down, but I think it's completely necessary after, all of these high octane aspects that we've dealt with Mars and Pluto and Mars and Uranus and other things that may be going on. Okay, so with that being said, the reading starts at 7:32. Let me write that down. Let me write that down for myself. And we have got the Magician reverse that popped out as we were doing this. Now, the Magician is ruled by Mercury, and Mercury rules Gemini, and it rules your sign, Virgo. So with the Magician reversed, somebody is a con artist, possibly selling snake oils. They are not necessarily using their tools and talents in the best way that they could. Now, whether that's due to ignorance or pure savagery, the Magician reversed is not doing very well at its job. It's not communicating correctly. And if it's communicating at all, like I said before, it's being very manipulative about its communications. So this could be the way that you're projecting. This could be somebody that you're dealing with, or it could be just the theme in your life right now. But it is a Mercury card, and as I said before, Mercury does rule Gemini and it does rule Virgo. So I do want to say, with all of this volatile energy that we just talked about, Virgo, be careful with your words. You are known as a sign of Virgo for taking in information, and maybe you should really concentrate on doing that in the month of February, as opposed to maybe giving it out, because something just doesn't add up. Maybe it's not going to come off in the way that you intended. Maybe things are not going to manifest in the way that you planned. Okay. The next card is the Two of Wands, and this is a Mars and Aries card, where Mars is, and I told you it's getting ready to come to that 29th degree. So you have the option to make your next move your best move. Now, this is a major arcana. It's the first major arcana, and it's a trump card. So it's the bigger life lesson. The energies of this card trump the energies of this card. But somewhere along the way, it says that you can make a good move for yourself, something that is going to benefit you. It may not outweigh what's going on with the Magician reverse, but it certainly has the potential to lead you somewhere that you need to go. It says that you, at some point during this journey in February, you do make at least one good choice and choose the right path at the fork in the road. Yeah, and you pass through some sort of portal. As a matter of fact, you know, we got the 2 wands here and the 2 doors there. And this could be, you know, like a foundation, like a home situation. And I said that before. I feel like this is something that's going on in the home, whether that be in the home of origin, the people that you grew up with, or the home that you created for yourself as an adult. The last card is the Death card, and it's reversed. This is a Scorpio card. It's the 13th major arcana. 1 and 3 equals 4. We just talked about the number 4 and that foundation. Okay, so this is your beginning and end. But the end's not coming because the Death card is still reversed. So what this says to me is, even though you do make some stellar moves, you or somebody else is just unwilling to change. Holding on to, like I said, codependency. And this is somebody that is really holding on to bad habits and, you know, ways of being that really need to perish. With these 2 cards together, I do feel like that there's a situation where somebody's operating in a very dark, dirty manner, and they will do or say anything to get what they want. So this could be the thing with the 2 of wands too. Now, don't get it twisted though. You know, what goes around comes around. So even if the moves that are being made leads us to what we feel like is a decent position, that could be temporary, or the whole thing could be a facade. Nothing's really changed. Somebody's just talking, and it's not even real talk. You got to be looking out for the truth, or you got to be sure that you're telling the truth, because at some point it will come around again. But what's on the table is not really what that is. And that's the way I see it, Virgo. So if anybody would like to get a personal reading with me, my information is in the description box below. I'd like to thank you for giving this video a chance. If you are new, if you're returning, thanks for coming back. You can also follow me on Facebook or Twitter. That information is also in the description box. And that's it. I hope to see you guys again next month.